They took everything from me! Now I'm on the island, just like hundreds of poor fucks who share my fate. And just when I started thinking I can make it, Tech 1 is at my throat again and again. I swore to myself I would survive. I refused to be just a memory. A beautiful lie. Death was never an escape. This time, I'll decide how it ends.
Secure communication established. Prisoner, you can call me Dina. This part of the protocol is kept short to increase the chances of you not becoming a human pancake. Use the following parachuting instructions, and I will make contact if you land safely. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. Welcome to the Scum Island. I am an AI created by Tech 1 Corporation. My full designation is Dual Energetic Entity Neural Appliance version 2.0. My intellect excels, but the creators think I am best used as a tutorial, protocol overseer, and body performance analyst. I will now provide basic movement instructions. Your survival rate is 4.32% higher just by not standing still. You have now been granted access to my knowledge database, the Codex. Access it now. If you are unable to find a piece of information in the Codex, it doesn't exist. When you are ready, proceed to the Tasks tab. Data suggests that regularly completing tasks enables prisoners to overcome many of the island's challenges. Secure communication established. In this tutorial protocol, you will learn how to craft a stone knife. By commencing this task, you have shown your determination to remain alive, but this is only the first step. Follow my Excellent. Proceed by opening your crafting user interface. On the right side of the interface is your items crafting panel. It has different kinds of recipes, but you currently lack the needed materials for most of them. Now click on the stone knife recipe and use the Details button. Here you can see every component needed for crafting. The instructions were followed properly, so the needed stones were already gathered. Press the Craft button. That will do. Average prisoner fails to see that the crafted knife is lying on the ground, as shown in the vicinity area. Pick it up by dragging it into the inventory or right-clicking it and using the pickup interaction. Congratulations, you have now proven more capable than 52% of other prisoners. To use the stone knife, switch to the Inventory tab. Now, crafting a stone knife protocol is now completed. Your progress is admirable. You can leave the user interface or visit the Manual tab to continue with the next protocol. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. There are many dangers on the island, many of them trained by me. You do not stand a chance in your current state, so you will now reinforce your knowledge by crafting an improvised wooden spear. First, find a nearby bush and cut it with your stone knife. Secure communication established. Prisoner, remember the following rule. If you find anything useful, you must acquire it. Unfortunately, your inventory space is very limited. Change that by crafting an improvised courier backpack. Begin by entering the crafting user interface and crafting a branch rope. Remember, click on the Details button to see what components you need. If you take a look at the components needed for the improvised courier backpack, you will see a component called rags. It is acquired by performing the cut into rags action on any piece of clothing. First, navigate to your inventory. You can see all of your equipped gear right next to your inventory. Begin by right-clicking on your undershirt and using the cut interaction. You are now one rag component short. Cut your underpants or boxer briefs. It is for the greater good. Finish the process by crafting the improvised courier backpack. To equip a piece of equipment and expand your inventory, congratulations, you are now qualified to run around and pretend you are a mule. That was my joking algorithm. It is still in early access. I will now unlock the next tutorial protocol. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. By doing an involuntary full body scan of each prisoner, I deducted that not everyone is suited for hand-to-hand combat. That is why you will now craft wooden arrows and an improvised bow. My evaluation is that you are now capable of solving this task with minimal problems, and my evaluation has a 0.2% margin for error. Start by crafting wooden arrows. If you have your cutting tool and the required wooden sticks, you can try out the auto craft feature. The button is located between the details and craft buttons. This speeds up your process by 35.4%. In your future ventures, feel free to also craft an improvised quiver. For now, your new backpack will have to suffice. Pick up the arrows. 2 variations of bows are available, the 20 and 35. Heavier poundage means more strength is needed to pull the bow, and the shots are more powerful. For the sake of this protocol, you can now craft any of the 2 variations. There is still one holster spot available next to your spear. Place the bow there. Chances of your survival are increasing at a great pace. Keep following my instructions, and you may have a chance on the island. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. It seems you have been injured. Do not worry, it's a normal occurrence on the island. On the top left part of your interface, you can review your attributes and skills. You can check the details of any skill to see exactly how it works. But for now, check the details of the medical skill. On the right side of the health user interface, you can see your body status. Your small cut injury is located under the untreated section. Check the details of your condition to find out about possible treatments. All conditions have a severity that increases over time if you leave the injury untreated. Your injury has a C2 severity. If you possess the ability to read, you must have noticed that you need rags to treat it. Find some rags or cut some of your equipment to acquire them. Start by selecting the acquired rags. Notice how the bar around the injury indicator is starting to fill. Use enough rags to fully fill the bar and press the treat button. Now that you have experienced the process popularly called looting, narrow your search down to basic nourishment, like food and beverage products. My data suggest humans should consume fruits and vegetables and can drink mostly anything as long as it is in a bottle. Good. To consume this product, open your inventory user interface. Right-click the found item and use the Eat or Drink interaction. To track what is happening when you consume such a product, open your Metabolism user interface. On the right side of the Metabolism panel, you can track everything nutrition needs to know about your health and well-being with multiple tools, including a diagnostic screener tool that predicts recommended foods up to the hour of the person's last meal. Active algorithms suggest that recently consuming an item had a great effect on your body. Be careful. Consuming foods and drinks will eventually lead to urinating and emptying your bowels. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. My human body analysis suggests that your body will need to get rid of all waste accumulated from consuming food and beverage products. As quality pants are hard to acquire, I suggest you learn how to take care of that before it's too late. To start, open the Metabolism user interface. The chances of destroying your pants are now reduced by 26.6%. Now you need to learn how to empty the before-mentioned body parts. First, close any opened user interface. You can explore all the available options are piss, poop, and vomit. I don't prefer repeating myself, but the connected body parts need to be at least 50% full before you can empty them. Since the human bodies are designed so poorly, I suggest you take care of these functions before engaging in combat situations. My algorithms show that everyone dislikes dying with brown pants. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. As human bodies are inadequately designed, they will freeze below a certain temperature. To combat this, humans created clothes that can get wet and speed up the freezing. Until now, you have only been using a third of the crafting user interface. My system UI is impeccable, therefore the search options function just like they do on the Items tab. Find the improvised fireplace and open its details. Logic tells us that two things are required to build a simple fire: a combustible material like tinder, and, in this case, some sticks to fuel the fire. First, craft tinder. If you have followed my instructions so far, this should be easy for you. Great work! Were you a carpenter before you became a prisoner? All you need now are some wooden sticks. Your survival skill impacts how many you will need, so let's be safe and gather a good amount.